episode 3 of On the Shelf, the series. Thank you for joining us today. I have a wonderful guest with me today, found by my executive producer slash girlfriend, Anachka. I am Mike. This is Zach. Zach, how are we today?
I'm good, Mike. How are you?
Very hyped to have you on the show. Now,
Awesome.
I have read and seen your Instagram page, and I've read some of the interviews you've done. Why are you with us today? Why are you gracing us with your presence today?
Well, of course, to show off my love for the one and only Britney Spears.
Love it. Fantastic. Now, how did we get into the love of Britney Jean Spears?
So really, it really one of my first memories is actually hearing Baby One More Time for the first time in the car. And
Okay.
I was little. I was very little when that song came out. I think I was about to turn 4. And I remember being in the back seat of the car, and I remember hearing the opening, like the "Oh baby, baby," and I remember just telling my mom to turn it up, and then it just started from there. It just snowballed.
And then Snowball. Did you like go back and
Yeah,
watch like Mickey Mouse Club appearances and stuff like
I
that?
didn't see I didn't see that stuff until I was a little bit older, and I started to understand a little bit more about being a fan and whatnot. Um, but I just remember like the first video coming out, the Baby One More Time video, and it was just like, I don't know, it was just something took over me. I like fell in love with her, I guess.
So what about it? So now let's get into that. What you fell in love with her, apart the voice, the lyrics, the
Mhm.
overall, appearance, like what did it for you?
So I mean, like I said, I was really young, so I don't think I really grasped the concept of like why I liked this woman.
Right, right.
Um, Obviously, the music back then was so much more bubbly and poppy, so I think I was little, so I liked the sound of it.
Of course.
And I remember being obsessed with like watching her dance and watching her do things with her hair and stuff like that. I loved her hair. I was obsessed with her hair, and yeah, I loved her.
Now growing up, now you said okay, so in the beginning, but now that you've been a seasoned fan for I mean, gosh, over 2 decades,
Yeah, it's been a
right?
very long time. I think, yeah, the first album is, I think the anniversary is coming up this month. I think it's 24 years.
Ooh, look at that.
It's
So,
insane. I
but
know.
now growing up, now looking back on your love of Britney, what would you say now, as an adult, as a married man? What would you
Hmm.
say? What would you say it you really like about Britney now?
So over the years, obviously we all kind of watched and saw what happened with her and,
Yeah.
all the stuff she had to go through. So I really always appreciated the fact that she was real, like she's
Hmm.
actually a person.
Right.
She's not just this celebrity that, you put up on a pedestal. Like she really went through some hardcore shit. And
Yeah.
I think to see someone bounce back from that is incredible. But really, my main thing now that I'm older and I can appreciate things more than when I was young, um, I look back on, and it's so cliche to say, it's so corny, but like some of the stuff that she's really gotten me through, like just she's always kind of been a positive in my life. It was
Okay.
never, something that I could like when home life was bad, when I was young and things were going on with my parents and whatnot. I always had Britney. I could put in a concert DVD, or I could listen to music and kind of escape whatever was going on.
Took you to a
So
good place.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and so I that's what, like, her music is just really feel good for me.
Okay.
It's really it's she's gotten me through a lot. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I respect her so much as a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I feel you. So, apart from the CDs and DVDs, what would you say is probably the first piece of Britney memorabilia that you remember getting?
Well, aside from the CDs and DVDs, oh my gosh. So the first thing I ever did get was, obviously, I actually brought them out, was the Baby One More Time cassette and the
Of
CD.
course, of course.
Um, so I brought out a couple. I don't remember exactly because my mom started buying me stuff when I was really little. Um, so I brought out some of the earlier stuff. Was Brittany actually had bubble gum. There were bubble gum cases, and you could get these at like Walmart. And I just remember I remember going to, actually, I got them at a record store when I was little. But there was they just had her. I don't know if you remember, but they had her everywhere. Like she was on everything.
Yeah,
You
I'm old. I
couldn't like
remember
like you couldn't go like she was, like Pepsi. Like everyone
everything.
wanted her. Yeah, everyone wanted her, and everyone wanted like her to endorse their stuff. So she was on everything. But so yeah, like the bubblegum cases. I brought out this too. I remember my mom getting this for me through Avon, and so what it is a little stopwatch that it doesn't work anymore, or I might just have to change the battery. I don't know, but like it played a little digital version of the "Oops, I Did It Again" video.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was the coolest thing. Yeah, she doesn't work anymore, but um, and I still have like the little instructions that came with it and everything. But yeah, my mom got that for me through Avon, and I think I was like 5 years old. So that's one of the earliest things that I have. That's one that I really kind of treasure.
Okay. Now, I know that I saw the video on your Instagram of you will be ever forever known as the guy that made Britney laugh.
Oh gosh, yeah, yeah, that, yeah, that was that was a fun time. That I don't really tell people about it unless they see it. Um, my husband, like whenever we meet new people, loves to gloat about it. He'll, like it could be a complete stranger, and he'll be like, "Do you know who my husband is?" Um, but it was fun. We were at the concert in Atlantic City, and
Uh-huh.
I knew the arrangement of the music. I knew the set list. Like we had seen the Vegas show, and there was a pause in the music between like the band playing and her saying the opening line, "It's Britney, bitch." So I thought it'd be like a cute video to kind of like yell and make it look like she was responding to me. I didn't like, I thought you were just going to hear me and she was going to do her thing. I had no idea like she was going to hear me and like actually look at me and laugh at me. It was like the best moment. And then like the rest of the show, like she'd like look in my direction. I don't know if she like wanted to see who said it or what, but she would like look in our direction and like, kind of try to peer through the lights. But it was fun. That was a lot of fun. And I wasn't expecting it to take off like it did, but like I posted the video that night and my phone was just I couldn't look at my notifications. It was insane. And then like in the following weeks, like crowds overseas were saying it during the tour, and it was awesome. It was pretty fun.
Look what you started.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a good time.
So,
It was
have you
one of my
ever met
favorites.
Britney? Have you ever met
I
her?
I did. I met her in 2011 on her Femme Fatale tour, which has kind of become a sore subject in the fan base, just because it was obvious that things were going on and she
Right.
wasn't very well, and she was just kind of going through the motions at that point. She's come out and said that they were like medicating her against her will and stuff like that. So it really, it's kind of sad to look back on it because it's like very obvious, like up in our faces when you look at it now.
Right.
But I met her, and I actually won a contest, and I won a meet and greet, and it was a heck of a time trying to get back there. Like it was so disorganized, but
Shocker.
yeah, yeah, it was. Oh my gosh, I started to lose hope by the end of the day. It was terrible, but I was 15 years old, and I finally got backstage, and they brought me into the room where she was, and the rules are very intense, like
Oh, sure.
very. Oh
I'm
my
sure.
gosh, it was like, don't ask her for an autograph, don't make any sudden movements towards her, don't, there was one that was like, they said don't act nervous, and I'm like, oh, how can you tell a bunch of fans not to act nervous? Like that one was just silly. But I got in there and I tried to keep it cool, and I was with
Of
my
course.
mom, so
Yeah.
that made me feel a little better. My mom was actually like, really, my mom was calm about it, so that kind of chilled me out a little. But I
Okay.
remember walking in the room, and like the one, like Brittany doesn't say much, but like she's really good at making eye contact, and I remember she looked like through my soul when I walked in, and it was just like the greatest moment of my life.
That's awesome. It's always you know what? Sometimes it's really neat to meet your heroes and like your idols and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I mean, there's obviously people could tell you handfuls of stories about times that it was a disappointment. But
Oh, of course.
like when I met this side, when I met Henry,
Uh-huh.
good
Oh, I
times.
bet that was awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably
no.
awesome.
Yeah, he was a good fella. It's a shame that happened what happened with him with DC, but that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
So all right. Let's see some of your I asked you earlier if you could bring some stuff for the class for show and tell.
Uh-huh.
What you got?
So, like I said, I brought a bunch of stuff out. I don't know what to
Yeah.
start with. So
Wherever
I'll
you
start
like.
with one of my favorite. Okay, I'll start with one of my favorite things that I actually got this past year. It's actually kind of something I put together. So what happened was Britney is the stylist that worked on her Piece of Me tour and the Vegas residency, and then also on her Circus tour.
Mm-hmm.
This girl she's very connected with the fans. She connects with the fans online and stuff like that.
Nice.
And she's got her own like sewing company. So, and I know she's done stuff for Britney fans before. So I actually contacted her which I've got two things from her that I'm actually going to show. So I contacted her with the intent of a custom made doll
Wow.
for like from with the outfit from the whole Who Is It video.
Okay.
So she messaged me back and she said she actually still had the same exact pieces of fabric that she used to make that outfit.
What?
So she made like she custom made a doll outfit for me, and
That's
so I
ridiculous.
collaborated with her and another gentleman that I follow on Instagram that makes custom Britney dolls,
Mm-hmm.
and they collaborated for me, and they created this. I'll just show that one first. So I'm talking about it. I might as well just show it. So they
It was a good buildup though,
collaborated,
but it was a
and
good buildup,
yeah,
so it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
good.
So
Wow.
so the outfit is actually made from the same exact piece of fabric that
That's
her
awesome.
stylist Tish used to make the costume. So I really love that. I love that. I know it's kind of cheesy, but I love it.
But is it
And
though?
then
But it's
no,
honestly
no,
though.
I
Hold on,
guess not.
hold on, Zach Attack. Let's talk about this for a second. It's not
Okay.
cheesy though. It's not cheesy though. And I've said this, to a couple guests before. If it's something that you like, and think about that, it's part of her actual freaking costume, the fabric used for her
I know.
costume.
I think that's so cool. I
It
think that's like
is.
the cool. Like how many people can say they have that? That's so cool.
That's what I mean. If somebody had said that I got a sweater made from the same material as Harry Potter's costume, or I have part of Superman's cape, or whatever, you know what I mean? They would say the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing. So that's not cheesy at all. That's freaking awesome.
Okay. I'm glad. Well,
Let's go.
thank you for that.
Moving on.
So to tie in with that, she also sent me extra pieces of fabric that were used to make other outfits. So she sent me like these huge pieces. So it's kind of hard to show right here. I framed it. So the red goes along with these outfits. The green goes along with this outfit that she wore both of those in Vegas, and then this piece down here. I don't know if you can really see
there
it.
you go. There you go.
She didn't have a picture, but she told me that it was from an unused photo shoot, like a photo shoot that they didn't end up,
Using for anything, right?
using for anything. So I think that's actually pretty cool. I mean, I've got no photos to show with it, but I think it's pretty cool to have. So that's one of my most favorite
That's one of your prized
possessions that I got. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool.
What I'm going to ask, Zach, is at some point, because of the glare and everything, it makes it a little odd. If you could take pictures of some of the stuff that you're showing,
absolutely.
so
Yeah.
I can
figured,
drop them right here. That'd be great.
You got it, my friend. All right. So what next? So I brought this out. I find this kind of cool. So I just found this online for like a steal. So in 2002, she had her movie Crossroads. It was kind of just a chick flick, but so one time, I keep my eyes open on eBay for cool stuff, and I found a Crossroads. It's a press, like a press kit that came with the production information and stuff like that, and it's I mean, there's no pictures or anything, but I think it's a cool piece to have, like handbook of production information. I don't know. I think I
bet somewhere out there is probably the chair that she sat in. You know how they always have those like the freaking
like yeah.
Because
those chairs with the wooden frames that say the name on it. Yeah.
A friend of mine has the one for Christopher Reeve from the Superman movie.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So I'm sure somewhere out there you probably could find somebody who has that, or even the clapper
somewhere,
from Crossroads.
Yeah, that'd be freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that'd be awesome.
See, things to look for.
Keep my eyes open, yeah. what else do I? Oh my gosh, I've got so much stuff. I didn't know what to choose.
Well, let's talk about that for a
So
second, because one of the
okay,
reasons why, and many of the folks obviously have no idea, and I didn't think it was one of the main reasons why to bring you on the show, because just your collection itself is amazing. But one of the big headlines is that you spent a sizable amount of money on
right.
Britney Spears memorabilia. Now,
Mhm.
is now it's a lot. It's not anybody's business what they spent, even though they can look it up and find it themselves. But
Right.
would you say that that is just what you've spent, or what's been spent on it in total? Like you said, your
So
mom has bought you stuff and everything else.
right,
Your
right,
husband,
yeah,
maybe,
like yeah. There's like so much of it that's been like gifted to me and stuff like that, and I actually have like the Britney community on Instagram and like on social media is actually really cool. Like I've had people just like send me stuff for like no reason, like just really cool people that are like, hey, I'd rather this go to someone who's really going to take care of it. And I've gotten like a bunch of stuff in the mail for like no, like I didn't have to spend on it, which is really cool.
That's
But
awesome.
what was I gonna say? But I actually, so the articles that were like posted about me spending like 100 whatever thousand dollars,
Yeah, right.
like they came up with those numbers on their own. I don't know where they, like I don't know if they had somebody look at the photos like
And
and
like
was like,
start
oh,
pricing stuff out. Yeah.
yeah, like I don't know, like they're like, how much do you think you've spent? I'm like, I don't know, it's been 20 some years, I can't keep track of that. But
Yeah, I get it.
yeah, no, they came up with the number on their own, so I just went with it. But to me it's really like not even like yeah, it's a lot of money, but like
You talk to the
and
wrong
then
person, my
my
friend. You're a collector. You're a collector. It doesn't
yeah,
matter. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's a hobby. It's like like some people like hunting and like you said, like collecting guns and or like sportswear and stuff like that. Like that's all. Like I'm not a fan of like the Star Wars and stuff, but like when I see people with like huge Star Wars collections, I think it's like the coolest thing. Like if you got something you're passionate about and something like that you really I think it's cool to see all that kind of stuff. Like even if it's something I'm not totally into. Like if I walked into a room of, like Barbie dolls and like I'd be freaking astonished to see like the first Barbie doll that ever came out. You know what I mean? I think it's cool when someone has a
I actually interviewed a Barbie collector.
I think I watched that one. I think that was actually the first one I watched when you messaged me.
Yeah, she was awesome. She had a
Yeah.
fantastic collection. And I always
Yeah.
appreciate the
Yeah.
knowledge that goes into it. It's not like you just bought Britney Spears stuff and you just anything with that says her name on it.
Right.
Like you know a lot of the background and history about the
Mm-hmm.
tours, the costumes, the songs, all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's
There's more significance
right.
behind stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. So on with the show. What else you got?
On with the show. So to go on with what you just said, like because of like tours and stuff like that. So I've seen her 6 times live. Um so the first show I went to was the Circus tour. And that was like her, big comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I went to the show in Newark, New Jersey, and my cousin got me front row and everything. It was incredible. But Then she did another round of dates in the United States later that year.
Okay.
So my cousin again got me tickets to the show at Madison Square Garden. And
A good
like at
cousin.
concerts they have she's a very good cousin. She's done a lot for me. But at concerts they have the tour books, the concert programs.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
I had gotten the one when I saw her the first time in Newark. And then when she came back, they had changed it up and made a completely new one. And I promise this gets interesting. Um, so they made a completely new one with like a new cover and like brand new photos from like the concert and stuff like that. Like I don't know, I'll send you pictures and stuff.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But so I bought the new one, and then the next day at the next show, they completely removed them from the shelves. They put the old version of the tour book back out,
Really?
and like no one, yeah, no, so no one ever saw this one again. Like it was never put back on sale. It was
Huh.
on sale for one day at the show I was at, and it was never put on sale again. And so now like when you see it on eBay, it's always a freaking it's
So
some
that's
people
like
sell it
super
for
rare.
It's yeah, and there's no reason as to why. Like there were rumors that she didn't like the photos. There are rumors that like there were like copyright or licensing issues with some of the photos and the
Hmm.
photographers and stuff like that. Like I don't know. So no one really knows why, but yeah, no, it was taken off shelves after one night. So
Huh.
I'm pretty stoked to like have gotten that and not had like actually got it when it was out and
When it
not
was
have to
out, right?
pay. Yeah, yeah.
That's huge. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah. So that one's really cool. What else did I bring out? I brought out okay, so I remember I said I've had people like send me stuff.
Hmm.
So this one girl, her name is Amy. I've actually been friends with her online for quite a while now. Um she was getting rid of some stuff
Okay.
and she had actually I can't remember the exact story of where she got these, but she got like from Britney's first tour, the signs that were hung backstage to show like the different
Yeah,
rooms and
yeah,
like
yeah.
so we've got like I'll have to send you photos again because I feel like the glare is going to be. But we've got like Britney, like so the room that she was in. We've got like the itinerary of like the
Wow.
entire night. Yeah. So and then we've got like what else is it like production information like um stage and like catering and stuff like that. And they also say
So,
Britney
did
Spears
she
on
just
them.
wander? Was she just wandering backstage, like just pulling shit
I
off?
yeah, I don't remember that. I actually don't remember the story. She said she got them from someone. I think she said it was someone that worked at the venue or something like that. But
That's still
those
really
are so
awesome.
I think that's pretty cool. I keep them in my little binder and in plastic, protection stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But those are pretty cool. I think those are pretty cool to have. Um I also brought out, let's see, I brought out these how old are they? Gosh, 23 years now. 23-year-old TV guides for
Oh yeah.
her first Fox special in Hawaii. And I actually remember that. I was very little, but I do remember that. Um so those are pretty cool. I don't know. And then I didn't bring out that much, but I could always grab more stuff if you need me to. Um
Well, there's
I
always a part
brought
two,
out
especially because one of the other fun things I found out about you was
mhm,
you actually have two big collections.
I do. Yeah,
and
we've
and
got a
and
lot of stuff.
they are at I'm not gonna listen, everyone's spectrums are different when it comes to collecting, right? But you are
Uh-huh.
talking the Princess of Pop on one end,
Yeah.
and then you are talking horror, a horror collection
Yeah.
like down the street. Like
Uh-huh.
we'll get into that because I'll be honest with you, I find this dichotomy super interesting, and I will bring you back for another episode with the horror
Okay.
stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're game, but
I'm game.
it's just it's so fascinating to me that like people dabble, right? Like I
Right.
Superman, Green Lantern, Firefly, blah blah blah. But like you went like, so horror is obviously very big to you too. You're a big horror guy.
I'm a very big horror fan.
You go
Yeah.
you go to like Monster Mania and like Chiller and
Yeah.
all those.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go
Yeah.
to the do
I
you go to the
actually
Cherry Hill one?
we go to I actually, you know what, when you messaged me for the first time, I actually went and looked at your profile and I saw that you had gone too. So we've had to like come in contact before. But
Well, we'll be there in
but yeah,
March.
we will you? We I don't know if we're going to that one yet, but yeah, we do go pretty regularly. Yeah, I've been a horror fan ever since, oh my gosh, probably since I was a Britney fan. Like I remember like one of the first horror movies I ever saw was Nightmare on Elm Street and Carrie. So
Awesome. That's
yeah,
a good start
yeah,
to the horror field.
yeah, yeah.
So okay, back to Brittany. So
Okay.
well, let me ask you. So
Mhm.
just for time constraints, because Zoom is, I'm not paying premium prices for Zoom because I feel like we can pack a lot into one episode
Absolutely.
and then always revisit.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Grail pieces. All right, everyone has
Okay.
either pieces that they consider like the costume sampling on the frame
Mhm.
is probably like, but if you had like a time machine, if you had a
Mhm.
DeLorean, a TARDIS, something you were able to go back and get a piece of something, whether it
Mhm.
was an original costume or something of Britney's, what would you say
Mhm.
would be your Grail piece that you are looking to obtain?
So I always remember this one, and I can't remember. I don't remember if it was another fan who posted it, or if I've seen like I don't know if it was an auction. I can't remember where I saw it, but I remember. I think a fan has it. I think I saw it from like a mutual on social media.
Okay.
Um, this framed So in 2000, she was also a spokesperson for like herbal hair products.
Okay.
Um, and she like the Clairol, whatever that is, like the hair stuff.
Okay.
And I remember seeing this huge framed poster from that, and she
Hmm.
signed it and like wrote a little message to the person, and then in the frame with it was like her headset mic from performing. And I think that's freaking, oh my gosh, that would be my grail. If I could ever go back and get something, that'd be freaking awesome to have like one of the headset mics that she used on stage. I think that'd be pretty dope.
That that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Do you have stuff she's autographed? Do you have like a bunch of Britney autographs?
I do. That was actually one of the things that I brought out. So in 2014, she did her intimate Britney Spears lingerie line,
Hmm.
and along with promotion for that, they did a lot of contests, and one of them I won, and it was
Dude,
like
how
you
many
win.
contests did you win?
I've won a few. I won a few. People say I have good luck. I never win at the casino, but I win Britney stuff. So,
Eh.
um, but yeah, so I won this one, and it's like it must have been from one of the press events she did, but it's like a signed press photo. I don't know if you could see like the
Oh yeah,
signatures
yeah,
right there,
absolutely.
but that's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorite things because it's hard to find her actual signature, and this one was legit. So um I also found, I didn't bring it down, I could send you a photo of it.
Please.
um One day me and my husband were at a local record store, and I was looking through, the CDs and stuff like that, and I found a signed copy of her first album, Baby One More Time. And it's very faded, like you could see her name, but it's very faded. So I like asked the cashier, I'm like, is this legit? Like, and it was only like $3. I'm like, is this like really her autograph? And he's like, I don't know. So I'm like looking at it, and on the back of the CD was a radio promo sticker for one of the local radio stations. So I tried to do some research, and I actually did. And I got online and I found an interview that they had done with her
Yeah.
from when she was here locally back in 1999 on her first tour. And it was like like she did like signed CDs for, like a radio contest. So
Hmm.
I found one like 20 years later at
$3.
yeah, for $3. Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
So I thought that was pretty cool. I'll send you pictures of that.
Yeah.
I also have signed posters from the most recent tour she did in 2018. We
Right.
did VIP, and we got signed posters with the VIP packages.
That's freaking awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question, which is probably gonna suck, but
Okay,
we're gonna try.
okay.
It's the on the shelf question. All right. If
Uh-huh.
you were only allowed to have one shelf in your house, and it's a theoretical shelf, so it could be big, could be
Mhm.
small, whatever, accommodate
Okay,
whatever is on the shelf, and you could put three items on said shelf.
okay,
What would they be?
okay. So definitely, I would definitely have to say the pieces of the costume that I showed you before.
Yep.
And probably the doll that I showed you before as well, the custom made doll.
Yep.
Oof, I don't know. Oh, that's such a hard question.
I know. See, but the funny thing is
uh
that this, as when we hang up, you're probably gonna be like, now my answer changed.
yeah, I'll remember something. Yeah, yeah, I'll remember something. Um, Honestly, probably the tour book that I showed you, just because that one's like so rare, and it's
Oh
really
yeah,
it's
no,
really
that's.
hard to it's really hard to come by, and
Mhm.
so that probably that. Um, like you said, like I'll probably think of a million more things. What, like I actually like to know what I have to look around the room because I forget sometimes. Like sometimes if
I
I'm
feel
on
you.
eBay and like I see something I want to buy, I'm like, oh wait, do I actually already have it?
Yep.
And I don't remember. But
I've been there,
but
sir.
yeah,
I get it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, what would you say is the strangest piece of Britney memorabilia you have? Like the
Strangest
oddest
piece.
thing, like why is Britney on a pen, not a pen, but like a thing of sanitary wipes or something? What would you
Okay,
say is the strangest thing?
okay. Here's one. So do you remember Do you remember AOL used to send out like the little discs with the 1,000 free
Yeah,
hours
yeah,
of
yeah,
internet
yeah,
service?
yeah, yeah,
They did a Britney one to to go along with Crossroads when Crossroads came out. So that's kind of,
yeah.
obscure.
That's very obscure. Yeah.
Yeah. That one's kind of silly. Let's see what else. What else? Oh gosh. I've got the when she did her. I mean, it's not weird or anything, but when she did her Vegas show,
Mhm.
they put her on the hotel keys. I have those. I could send you pictures of. Um, what else? Oh my gosh. All like the Pepsi products and stuff because they
Yeah, because she
plastered her
was a
face everywhere.
gigantic spokesperson for it.
Yeah,
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 I remember the
yeah,
commercials.
yeah. Oh my gosh, there's some. I love them. Um, and like Brittany Valentine's Day cards and stuff like
Of
that. I've got
of course.
I've got a couple of those here. Brittany Valentine's.
Awesome.
But yeah, probably the AOL thing is probably the most random piece that I have.
That is, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So, all right. Um, it's been fantastic having you on the show. I am glad that after playing Instagram tag for what seems like weeks, we finally
Has been.
we finally got right. We finally, made this happen.
Yeah,
I want to thank you yet again for coming on the show. I'm
absolutely.
bringing you back
Okay,
to do the horror one.
I'm game.
I'm looking forward to all of the pictures
Yes.
that you sent. And folks, thank you for joining us. It's been real swell having you. If you would like to come on the show, join me. Email me, message me, smoke signals, whatever you got. Come on down. We'd love to have you. Doesn't matter the collection. It's probably awesome. And if you're proud of it, join us. We'd love to have you. Folks, see you soon.